The state of Minnesota is known as the land of 10,000 lakes. And with that are unlimited opportunities to get out on the water and explore. Today, we're out in the boat cabin exploring a remote lake that's dotted with islands and enjoying one of the first real days of the early summer. So join us for some fishing, swimming, and just taking in the beauty of the North Woods. This is Tiny Cabin Life. We're in the Chippewa National Forest in northern Minnesota, heading out onto a very unique lake. It's not only remote country up here, but this lake is chock full of islands, which are not only fun to explore, but serve as a home base while camping out. Now, if you're new here, this is my boat cabin, a simple little camper that I built on top of a standard fishing boat. Today is one of the nicest days we've had all spring, and so I figured it was about time to get it back out on the water. It seemed that as soon as we got out onto the water, the weather began to change.
This is the beauty of the boat cabin right here. You know, a little bit of weather pops up, you just kind of hunker down, wait for it to pass.
But eventually the rain stopped and the sunshine began to return.
Well, I gotta say, I'm so happy to be back out on the water here with the boat cabin. This is one of my favorite campers because it delivers such a unique experience. To be able to come out and spend a day and night on the water like this and even sleep out in the middle of a lake is so incredible, and it's such a cool way to be able to experience one of the most notable things about our state, and that's all the lakes that we have here. Now, if you guys remember, the last outing that I had with this cabin resulted in me getting stranded on the Mississippi River because my boat motor died. Now, I did get it fixed and it seems to be in tip-top shape, but I did want to come to a familiar lake for the first outing back just to sort of test things out again and have a chill day of fishing and camping. And so that's what we're going to do.
Now, to start things off here, I want to head up to the bow and do some fishing. For bait today, I'm just using night crawlers, and believe it or not, I can only go after panfish because the fishing season doesn't start until tomorrow. So even if I wanted to catch something bigger like walleye or northern, I legally wouldn't be able to do so.
Got one. Nice. Nice little sunny. Oh, got one. A little bit smaller one this time, but still a nice little sunny.
Now, during the short time that we were fishing, I noticed that the lake was starting to fill up with smoke. Recently, northern Minnesota has been experiencing some very damaging wildfires. But at the time I was filming this video, those fires hadn't started yet. And so the smoke that we're seeing right here is actually from some wildfires up in Canada. And due to the high winds we're seeing today, that smoke is getting blown around quite a bit.
Got one. Another little sunny. And there's another one. All right, I think that's gonna be our last one for right now. I know catching sunnies like that isn't the most challenging thing in the world, but man, it just feels good being out here. And after not the best luck ice fishing this winter, it just feels good to be catching some fish.
Now that we've been out on the water for a while, it's time to head to an island so we can let Ellie out to stretch her legs a little bit.
Decided to go with something very easy for lunch today. Just some good old-fashioned meat and cheese. Very tasty and fuels me up.
After lunch, we decided to head to the other side of the island so Ellie could do some swimming.
Feels so good out here. And it's so refreshing to have the sunshine and warmth back. One of the things that I really appreciate about where we live here is that we get to experience all 4 seasons. And I think there's something really therapeutic about not only witnessing the change in the seasons, but being a part of that. You know, in the wintertime, people really slow down around here, but then once summer hits, there's so much life that returns. People are out and about and they're active, and I just think that's a really cool thing to be a part of, and I'm really excited to see what we get up to this summer. So I gotta tell you guys real quick, my biggest fear when I'm out on these adventures, especially in the water, is that I'm going to lose my wedding ring. The day I got to marry Riley was the best day of my life, and I never want to be without that symbol of our love and commitment to each other. So I was looking for a high quality, comfortable ring that I could wear out on these adventures, and that is where Groove Life came in. Groove Life's rings have premium style with rugged strength. They're made from durable, scratch-resistant tungsten with modern finishes. And it's also got game-changing comfort. It features Groove Life's patented inner breathable grooves designed for all-day wear without discomfort, even when you're on the move like I constantly am out on the road. The ring that I chose is the 24 karat gold because it just represents my style. But they also have platinum and black PVD finishing, so you can pick the one that's best for you. And this thing looks super sharp as well. I didn't have to settle for something that's subpar, and honestly, I think it looks extra special on sunny days like today. And most of all, I love that they are crafted for real life. These rings are made for people who are out and about using their hands, and I certainly fall into that category. And the icing on the cake is their lifetime warranty. That's a 94-year warranty where if you lose it, break it, or it doesn't fit, they'll replace it. I was also pleasantly surprised when they sent me this groove belt here. It has a magnetic buckle with perfect stretch, and you only have to adjust it once and then it's good forever. So if you're looking for a new ring, whether it's just for style or as a backup wedding band like I was, I definitely recommend checking out Groove Life. It's comfortable, durable, and high quality, so I definitely think it's worth checking out. And with that, I want to thank Groove Life for sponsoring this video.
Now that Ellie's feeling good, it's time to head to the far side of the lake so that I can jump in and get my first swim of the season.
Definitely a little nervous for this. I have a feeling the water is going to be very cold. But hey, it's in the high 70s and gotta have my first swim at some point. Might as well be today. Oh yeah, it's cold. Wow. I mean, I believe we had snow up here only a month ago. And so that means this water is still very, very cold. But I gotta say, it's also very refreshing as well. So last year I started hearing the sound that we're hearing right now, that high-pitched noise, and I've been wondering what in the heck it is. Well, I finally figured it out. It's the sound of the fishing line vibrating. It's actually like really, really soothing to me. That and the sound of the wind and the waves is enough to put me to sleep, that's for sure.
After a little while, that gentle wind started to pick up a little bit and become something much stronger. And And so it seemed like a perfect time to head out to an island and set up camp for the night.
It's been windy on and off all day, but this heavier stuff really just came out of nowhere. Definitely time to pull up to an island for the night. The wind is just hammering this side of the island, so I think I'm going to try to go on the other side, kind of where we were fishing earlier, and see if it's a little better. Not sure if you guys can see this, but there are all of these like sand fleas swarming around right here. And the thing that's actually really crummy is the fact that they can go through my screen. I encountered these guys on the Mississippi River, and they were not great. So I actually think I'm gonna pull over to the front side of the island where the wind is. At least it'll keep the bugs away. Ellie, I'm gonna move the boat, but I'll be right back, okay? Don't worry. I'm not leaving you, Elle. Don't worry. It's okay. Stay. Stay. Don't swim out here, Elle. Whoa! Oh boy. All right, so it seems like we should just not be at this island. That goose just flew off of here. I guarantee there's a nest up there. I don't want to mess with that. Oh my gosh, in fact, you guys, the nest is right there. We gotta go.
Thankfully, there are plenty of places to camp out here, so we're gonna head to Old Faithful, one of the islands that we've camped at multiple times before. I secured the boat to the island by not only tossing the anchor onto shore, but tying up the stern as well. I'm gathering some drinking water from the lake here into the bladder of our gravity filter. This thing is the best. All you have to do is hang it up in a tree, and gravity will pull it through the filter and make it safe to drink. Now that we're settled and have some drinking water, it's time to get dinner going. Normally, I would also start a fire right now, but due to the high winds, I'm gonna wait and see if the conditions calm down a little bit before I even dare start a fire.
Well, it's been a while since I've done tacos or burritos, and I am stoked. This is gonna be good. just as I remember it.
The wind died down dramatically, and so I felt comfortable having a little campfire. Well, this has been one incredible day. Just the perfect kickoff to summer. Got to go fishing, swimming, sit in the sun, or even ending the day with a campfire. Doesn't get much better than this. This is like pretty much the first time I've ever had to close down the entire cabin. And what I mean by that is put up, the hard windows and the solid wall on the back. It's definitely very cozy in here. Now with coffee out of the way, unfortunately, it's time to button things up here and head back towards shore.
right, that's going to do it for this adventure. Thank you all for coming along. This was just such an awesome little kickoff to summer. So fun being back out on the water, doing some fishing, swimming, hanging out on the islands. It's the best. I want to thank our patrons for generously donating to this channel, but again, to all of you who watch, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, thank you. You're the reason that we get to do this on a weekly basis, and I am so incredibly grateful. Now, for those of you who have been wondering why Riley and Olivia haven't been out on an adventure in a while, it's really because Olivia, she's just over 2 years old, and she's really in a stage where she needs some solid routine. And we've got a lot of things going on at home that she's involved in, and it's been really good to have her just at home doing her thing.
Now, we did have a family road trip planned out to Montana that was going to immediately follow this adventure, but unfortunately, due to some health concerns in our family, we've decided to cancel that trip. For those of you who aren't aware, my dad has battled stage 4 cancer for about the last 8 years now and has recently had some unforeseen challenges pop up. And so we decided that it would be best to just stick around the area here as much as possible. And so with that, I would love to ask for prayer for my dad, just for peace, comfort, and that we would be able to navigate these challenges and get him back on track. And also, don't worry, we're going to keep posting every single week, and I am planning to get the family out very, very soon. So stay tuned for that as well.
But with that, it's time for me to get this thing buttoned up so I can get home and see the girls. We'll see you next week. God bless.